Mr. Keoma Griffith, Minister of Labour and Manpower Planning.
Mr. Speaker, good afternoon. Mr. Speaker, I begin by welcoming all of the youth parliamentarians who are here today. Myself having started as a youth parliamentarian some 14 years ago. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to make my maiden address to this House and the people of Guyana. And I do so, sir, with much pride, and I reflect on the privilege. I thank my God, Mr. Speaker, and His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, and the leadership of the People's Progressive Party for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. Mr. Speaker, that a son, a grandson, and a nephew hailing from the community of East Ruimveldt in the south of Georgetown will now occupy a seat in the highest level of policy making in this country is certainly humbling and a testament to this government's belief in molding the next generation of young leaders. Mr. Speaker, I must put it on record today that my ancestors rejoice today because, Mr. Speaker, there are some of those who believe that they have the monopoly on the voices of Afro-Guyanese, and I say to them today, my ancestors are proud. Mr. Speaker, the People's Progressive Party remains the only multi-ethnic party in this country. And Mr. Speaker, for those on the opposite side who still have a bank account, take that to the bank and bank it. Mr. Speaker, I want to stand on the commendations of my colleagues. Budget 2026, as presented by the one and only, I call him A.K. Singh, Ashni Kumar Singh, the senior minister within the office of the president with the responsibility for finance, so carefully crafted by our government for the people, is one that generations to come will remember for the transformation that it offers to the people of Guyana. Mr. Speaker, this budget genuinely fits the theme it was given by this government, putting people first. Mr. Speaker, the theme of this year's budget, putting people first, is not merely a rhetorical slogan. It embodies the guiding principles of our administration and the very foundation upon which the People's Progressive Party government has structured its economic and social policies. Mr. Speaker, this principle recognizes that the growth of the Guyanese economy is meaningful only when it directly translates into improvements in the lives of ordinary citizens through the creation of jobs, the expansion of opportunities, the strengthening of worker protections, and the provision of accessible public service in every region of our country. And as I might add, Mr. Speaker, no one side holds a monopoly on the term putting people first. Mr. Speaker, if we were to accurately determine who should monopolize putting people first, it is certainly this side of the House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our track record has demonstrated and reflected that this government has always put the people first. And Mr. Speaker, we don't just say it, we demonstrate it through the policies and the programs that we implement in this country. And that is why, under the exemplary leadership of His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, this government takes pleasure every single month, Mr. Speaker, when we go into the communities and we have outreaches with our people and we cook and break bread with our people. And Mr. Speaker, we do stay up at 2 and 3 in the morning doing the people's business. Mr. Speaker, just imagine some people were so mad, upset, that we were up at 2 a.m. in the morning at a cabinet meeting, a meeting they were not invited to because they lost the election. The people rejected them, and they were upset that we were up at 2 a.m. in the morning doing the people's business. Mr. Speaker, Guyana boasts of being the fastest growing economy in the world. Yeah, come to church Sunday. We boast of being the fastest growing economy in the world, but Mr. Speaker, we see it in the lives of the people when we go into the communities. We see it in our school children. We see it in our persons living with disabilities and our pensioners. We see it. Mr. Speaker, the opposition continues to have their heads in the cloud. Budget 2026 is a roadmap to development. But Mr. Speaker, don't just take my word for it. The Honorable Member Nandrani Singh, I don't know why she would enter such a course. She spoke, I don't know why she would do that, because I have the facts before me. Mr. Speaker, don't take my word for it. Let's look at what some of the bodies have said. Mr. Speaker, the Guyana Agricultural Workers Union described Budget 2026 as balancing today's challenges and tomorrow's priorities. Mr. Speaker, the Federation, FITOG, she said FITOG, the Federation of Independent Trade Unions of Guyana, representing a wide cross-section of the working class across multiple sectors of the economy, formally endorsed Budget 2026. Mr. Speaker, they underscore, these are not my words, they said that these direct transfers, and this is apart from the $100,000 cash grant, these transfers are separate and apart from and in addition to the government's substantial investments in healthcare, education, housing, water, and social services, which together aggregate to hundreds of billions of dollars back into the hands of the people. Mr. Speaker, another one, Guyana Agricultural Workers Union, that was FITOG. Guyana Agricultural Workers Union said, Budget 2026 is pro-worker and pro-development. Mr. Speaker, the Private Sector Commission of Guyana, these are not my words, this is what they said, with a total allocation of $1.58 trillion, the budget reflects a clear commitment to creating an enabling environment where enterprises can grow, investments can expand, and citizens can live meaningfully and be a part of national development. Those are not my words, Mr. Speaker. They need to go and do their research. But Mr. Speaker, as I was preparing to come and address this House today, I don't know how it came up on my algorithm. A show, incredible sources came up, and there were 3 of the honorable members on the other side appearing on the show, complaining and saying that they are the government in waiting. Now, Dr. Singh, could you imagine members relegated to 15 minutes speaking time saying that they are the government in waiting? 15 minutes. And Mr. Speaker, the more I heard these complaints, the more I heard, calm down Mr. Solomon, calm down honorable member. The more I heard these complaints, it took me back to Dr. Singh's presentation on day 1 when he described them as scatteration, some over there, and some outside. But honorable member, allow me to qualify scatteration a bit, because how you describe them was scatteration in numbers. But I want to add something, scatteration of memory. Because I believe the APNU faction of the opposition is suffering from scatteration of memory. Mr. Speaker, scatterbrains, scatter scrapes. Mr. Speaker, I listened with amazement as these same members of the opposition complained that this PPPC stole their team putting people first. Mr. Speaker, they said that putting people first was the theme of their manifesto. So I went to the manifesto myself. I had some time. Mr. Speaker, on page number 8, on their manifesto, they said, the APNU will make a cash transfer of $100,000 to all adults. We started that. You stole that from us. You stole that from us. Mr. Speaker, the APNU manifesto said, we will get a better oil deal within 2 years in office. You had your chance in 2016. You signed the first oil deal. Mr. Speaker, the APNU government said in their manifesto, they will end poverty, create thousands of jobs, and pay higher salaries. You fired thousands of people, Mr. Solomon. Your party did that. But Mr. Speaker, let us interrogate it some more. You see, Mr. Speaker, I come with some legal training, so I know to do a little forensic work. So, Mr. Speaker, I examined the track record of the APNU-AFC, and this is what they said. This is what was revealed. Mr. Speaker, listen, if you would listen, you would learn. Mr. Speaker, it was the APNU opposition that put the Guyanese people first when they gave themselves a 50% increase the next day after they went into office. Mr. Speaker, that's how they put the people first. Mr. Speaker, it was the APNU while they were in government that put the Guyanese first when they fired over 2,000 hinterland support officers when they went into government. It was this government that restored that, Mr. Speaker, created 5,000 jobs for indigenous workers. I'm coming to win just now, calm down. Mr. Speaker, it was the same APNU that put the Guyanese people first when they sent home 7,000 sugar workers. That is how they put the people of Guyana first. Mr. Speaker, it was the same APNU that put the Guyanese people first when they took away the children's cash grant. Took away the cash grant, but increased the allocation for food. They want lobster and shrimp, but that's fine. Mr. Speaker, it was this APNU government that restored the cash grant to our children, which now stands at $85,000. But hold on. Yes. Mr. Speaker, my brother in Christ, Saiku, the Honorable Member Saiku Andrews, gave us, Mr. Speaker, he tried to break it down. But, Mr. Speaker, I could only describe it as PNC maths because they have a problem with mathematics. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Member failed to tell us in his presentation, he spoke about the 5 Bs, buds, boats, and bicycles. Failed to tell us that it was 35 buses that had to transport 206,000 children. What that meant, Mr. Speaker, for every single seat, 196 children would have to fit on one seat. That is what he spoke about. Tell us, Mr. Speaker, it was this APNU government that put the people first when they lost the election and held on to power for 153 days in this assembly. Mr. Speaker, and while they did that, they spent billions and billions of dollars without parliamentary oversight, and now they come to tell us about spending money. Y'all know better. Mr. Speaker, it was this APNU while they were in government that put the Guyanese people first when they introduced over 200 taxes. 200 taxes. Today, you benefited from it too. You benefited. Mr. Speaker, when this government went back into power, we removed those taxes and returned $31 billion back to the pockets of the people of Guyana. Mr. Speaker, it was this APNU that put the people first when they increased. I ain't got to stick to no script. Mr. Speaker, they prided themselves as putting the people first when they increased university fees for all students in Guyana. And then, Mr. Speaker, had the gall to threaten thousands of students and say, we will take you to court if you don't pay up, and blacklist them at the airport. Mr. Speaker, education is now free under the People's Progressive Party government, and all of you can benefit from it. You can benefit from it, Mr. Campbell. You can benefit from it. Mr. Speaker, there's a maxim in equity that says, he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. My friend Dr. Dexter Todd knows this. But Mr. Speaker, I understand the challenge that he has. They could only afford one lawyer on that side. Well, as for when they have none. But my friend did not explain to them the maxim of he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Mr. Speaker, you should have advised your members. Mr. Speaker, all right, my friend, all right. We are colleagues. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Member Vince Roy Jordan came to this house and said that the people of Guyana are living in poverty. Mr. Speaker. And what he did, he invited us to drive through certain communities. He said to drive through Sophia. So I did, Mr. Speaker. I went. When I went to Sophia, what I saw were well-paved roads, community centers, and a school that will be commissioned very soon, very shortly. An extension. Bridges. Mr. Speaker, he said to go to Port Morant. Yes, Port Morant. I'm coming to Port Morant. Mr. Speaker, when I went to Port Morant, I saw the Guyana National Training Institute that will become a hub in this country and in the region, Mr. Speaker. I also saw the Hospitality Institute, Mr. Speaker, that will improve tourism in this country. Mr. Speaker, the worst mistake he told me to do was to drive through Buxton. Because when I went to Buxton, I saw a brand new community ground that was upgraded, well lit, and improved to provide recreational facilities to our people. But Mr. Speaker, not just that. While I was there, I had a meeting with 136 persons from Buxton who benefited from the Board of Industrial Training. Mr. Speaker, they now have jobs employing people from the community of Buxton. Mr. Speaker, Win, come to the front of the class now. Mr. Speaker, we are living in perilous times when this opposition can come to this house and try to lecture this government about accountability and good governance. Mr. Speaker, the honorable members Natasha Singh and Nandrani Singh, please, spoke to us about good governance and accountability. Mr. Speaker, they attempted to compare their leader to the father of this nation, Dr. Chetty Jagan. Mr. Speaker, let me be clear. The majority faction of the opposition has no moral authority to lecture, not even about a football club, about good governance and accountability. Certainly not this government, Mr. Speaker. Certainly not today, Mr. Speaker. And then the Honorable Gordon Barker came. Mr. Speaker, if you look in the dictionary and you turn to the word ungrateful, you will see the Honorable Member Gordon Barker's face. You will see his face there. Because this government of Guyana Scholar, he is a government of Guyana Scholar. He received a scholarship through the GOLD program. Had the audacity to come to this house and describe the GOLD program as a symbol of poor planning and lack of oversight. Mr. Speaker, all the while, the honorable member is the poster child for the GOLD program, standing up, smiling, after he got his degree. But Mr. Speaker, what he did not tell this house was that he dropped out of one of the GOLD programs. He dropped out of the PhD program. Well, I don't know where he get the PhD from. I don't know where he now got his now doctor. I don't know. Maybe he did medicine. He doesn't know either. Mr. Speaker, and then the same member spoke about unreasonable teacher salaries in this country. Mr. Speaker, all the while, a member on that side, or I don't want to call name, I don't want to impute anything on anybody, but people are being accused of withholding taxes
Mr. Speaker,
that surpass the entire budgetary allocation for the Ministry of Education.
Honorable Minister, we have the honorable member on his feet.
I am standing on point of order 40A. I would like to ask for the honorable member to produce the evidence of me dropping out of 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆 University. Produce that evidence.
Your Honor, I believe...
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable
If he
Minister.
can't, I would wish for him to retract that statement.
Honorable member.
And Mr.
noted.
Speaker, just one more thing. Upon my signing up for this position here, when I spoke with your staff, I submitted my degrees. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister,
Sir.
we need you to provide
No,
that
Mr.
evidence
Speaker, he
of your Honorable Minister Manichan.
Sir, as far as I understand that is a point of elucidation that he's asking for. It would be 4 to B. And 4 to B is only allowed if the honorable member takes his seat, and he's not taking his seat.
Honorable Minister of Labor, the point you made about dropping out, the honorable member is saying to produce the evidence because that's inaccurate. So you'll have an opportunity to produce that.
Mr. Speaker, I will happily produce it to this House. If you want it to be on the record of this House, I will do so.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, Budget 2026 is rooted in progress made in the last 5 years while this government was in power. Mr. Speaker, during the most recent tenure of this government, so ably and decisively led by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, we inherited what was not progress, but a heavy burden to repair, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we were confronted with the unenviable task of rebuilding institutions that had been carelessly dismantled, restoring systems that had been weakened, and reclaiming the dignity of working people that had been sidelined under the APNU AFC administration, the same people that Mr. Solomon described as slaves. All right, if you listen, empty barrels do make the most noise. Mr. Speaker, between 2020 and 2025, we did not merely promise change, we delivered change to this House. From a mere department, Mr. Speaker, yes, your government relegated this ministry to a mere office, a department, reducing the work of this ministry. We restored it, and Mr. Speaker, we rebuilt and re-established a full-scale ministry dedicated exclusively to the promotion of decent work and the protection of labor rights in this country. Mr. Speaker, this is what putting people first is all about. This is what it looks like. Mr. Speaker, beyond the opposition's rhetoric and beyond their empty promises, our achievements are measurable and grounded in concrete policies like our Decent Work Country program that balances economic growth with job creation and labor rights. It would therefore be remiss of me, Mr. Speaker, not to place on record the labor reforms undertaken by the government of Guyana between 2020 and 2025. Mr. Speaker, as the Honorable Senior Minister, the Honorable Ashni Singh highlighted, the PPPC government has created more jobs and trained more citizens than at any other time in the history of this country. And you could count from 1974 if you want. Mr. Speaker, between 2020, over 104,000 sustainable jobs were created under, Mr. Speaker, surpassing the manifesto promise of just 50,000 jobs. These are not just numbers, Mr. Speaker. These are real people, real jobs in construction, mining, quarrying, transportation, agriculture, health, education, and the emerging service industries. This expansion happened because of sustained public investment, private sector confidence, and the labor policy framework that puts decent work, skills, relevance, and workforce adaptability first, and the results are undeniable. Mr. Speaker, the unemployment rate in this country has dropped dramatically by 50%, from 12.8% to 6.8%, while youth unemployment fell from 30.2% to 12.1%, Mr. Speaker, under this government. And Mr. Speaker, let us remind this House that under the APNU's, let me remind you of their track record, please, of creating jobs. Mr. Speaker, between 2015 and 2019, they promised to create 30,000 jobs. Mr. Speaker, despite this promise, they created 535 jobs through the Small Business Bureau and another 1,700 through Go Invest, leaving more than 28,000 Guyanese still without work. That is your track record. Mr. Speaker, in a nation that was relatively small in size during this period, that is not merely underperformance, that is outright failure. That is failure. And Mr. Speaker, while thousands of families search desperately for work, this administration invested $350 million in their Jubilee celebration. Mr. Speaker, contrast that with this government's record. 104,000 sustainable jobs created. Mr. Speaker, that number far far surpasses the number of votes they got at the last election. Mr. Speaker, these outcomes are not accidental. They are a direct result of this government's commitment to active labor market policies, skills training, and opportunities that respond to the needs of employers and employees. Mr. Speaker, I now turn to skills development and training. Needless to say, Mr. Speaker, the government's approach to skills development has been robust, comprehensive, decentralized, and inclusive, especially through the work of our ever-expanding Board of Industrial Training. Mr. Speaker, the Board of Industrial Training BIT between 2020 and 2025 trained over 16,300 persons across all regions with a total investment of over $1.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, these training programs span a wide spectrum of technical and vocational disciplines, from heavy-duty equipment operation to commercial food preparation. And Mr. Speaker, there are some of the beneficiaries in this house right now. They will wave to you. Yes, we have to support them, Mr. Speaker, and I will urge the honorable member, Nima Flubest, to look at their faces, because this is what a 4-month program produced. You asked the question, what can a 4-month program produce? Mr. Speaker, look, the beneficiaries are right there. Come and enroll for one of the programs, member. Come and enroll for one of the programs. Mr. Speaker, I must highlight another significant achievement: the training of 615 women in traditionally male-dominated occupations, including welding, heavy-duty equipment operation. A woman sits right there. She is trained in heavy-duty equipment operation and electrical installation. Mr. Speaker, the impact of these interventions expand beyond individual beneficiaries. We have undoubtedly enhanced the capacity, efficiency, and resilience of our national workforce, ensuring that Guyana has the manpower readiness to sustain and accelerate economic growth. Mr. Speaker, and persons with disabilities are also recipients of these opportunities. Mr. Speaker, right here today, Mr. Anthony Robinson, he waves to you as a person who lives with a disability of visual impairment. He is the recipient, please, of a program through the Board of Industrial Training, and he gives his thanks to this government. Mr. Speaker, in the last 5 years, over 400 persons living with disabilities in this country have benefited from the programs and the skills through the work of the Board of Industrial Training. Mr. Speaker, persons living with disabilities will continue to benefit under this government. For the year 2026 alone, every person living with a disability will be entitled to a grand total of $362,000, and this excludes the cash grant that they will get as well. Mr. Speaker, let me turn to manpower planning. A defining feature of the government's employment strategy has been the deliberate integration of manpower planning into major national development projects, including the Gas to Energy project. Mr. Speaker, this is a transformational initiative with far-reaching implications for employment, skills demand, and economic competitiveness. And Mr. Speaker, while we're at it, the last outreach that we had just 2 months ago, we had a job fair because we were looking for 1,000 persons, 1,000 people to employ. Mr. Speaker, thousands of persons came and signed up. And so far, over 350 persons are already employed at the Gas to Energy project. That is how you make impact. That is how you put the people first. Mr. Speaker, the ministry, through the ministry's Central Recruitment and Manpower Agency, this government has strengthened employment in intermediation services to reduce mismatches between labor supply and labor demand. Mr. Speaker, by 2025, 11,387 job seekers were registered with the National Job Bank, an online platform launched by this government in 2022 under the Ministry of Labor, while over 2,157 vacancies were solicited directly from employers. Mr. Speaker, 647 persons were successfully employed through this platform, with a significant number being youth aged 18 to 35. Mr. Speaker, these efforts, Mr. Speaker, reflect a deliberate shift from passive labor administration to proactive labor market facilitation, consistent with the objective of our recently signed Decent Work Country program and this government's broader human capital development agenda. Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
Minister, you have 5 minutes to conclude.
Mr. Speaker, the member asked about enforcement, and Mr. Solomon, the honorable member, asked about how many health and safety officers we had to do the work in the ministry. Mr. Speaker, in 2015, these were the positions left. 9 health and safety officers, the APNU left. Those were just positions. You couldn't even hire another one because they did not create. Mr. Speaker, today, we provide for over 32 health and safety officers to do the work, Mr. Speaker, and the same for the Labor Department. Mr. Speaker, our officers, they are fully trained all over. Mr. Speaker, I have to skip through. Mr. Speaker, between 2020 and 2025, the ministry conducted 12,833 labor inspections, supplemented by 6,186 occupational safety and health inspections across high-risk and low-risk sectors such as mining, agriculture, construction, and oil and gas. Mr. Speaker, our efforts have led to declines in workplace accidents, a 12.78% decline in work-related fatalities, and a decline in non-fatal accidents by nearly 50%. This improvement, Mr. Speaker, coincides with the re-establishment of the ministry and increased enforcement activities across all 10 regions of Guyana. Mr. Speaker, the honorable members asked about collective labor agreements. Mr. Speaker, during their tenure, they signed or oversaw 56 collective labor agreements. Mr. Speaker, between 2020 and 2025, we oversaw 111 collective labor agreements. Mr. Speaker, including the historic 2024 multi-year agreement between the government of Guyana and the Guyana Public Service Union. But Mr. Speaker, just last week it was announced. We didn't hear them bite their tongue. The Aurora Gold Mine and Nasi are significant. Of course you will call it a waste. You describe the public servants as slaves. You must call it a waste. Look in the mirror. As well, Mr. Speaker, as the recent collective labor agreement signed by the Guyana Labor Union and the Georgetown Mayor and City Council. Mr. Speaker, I'm just going to skip through. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member asked about manpower planning. Mr. Speaker, evidence-based manpower planning isn't just policy talk. It's what we need right now with the kind of rapid growth and demographic change we're seeing. Mr. Speaker, to this end, we intend to establish a national manpower agency in this country, which will include provisions for a labor market observatory that will generate labor market information and statistics in relation to labor demand, skills gaps, wage trends, and compliance matrix. Mr. Speaker, listen, I have some major announcements coming now. Mr. Speaker, we have strategically positioned ourselves as one of the world's most attractive investment hubs in order to safeguard the future of work in our country. Mr. Speaker, it gives me pleasure to announce to this House, Mr. Speaker, that Budget 2020, listen sir, listen, especially if you drive a truck. Mr. Speaker, Budget 2026 will see the implementation and the roll-off of a comprehensive program to train our truck drivers, please, through the Board of Industrial Training. Of course, this will complement the work of the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Public Service, Government Efficiency in reviewing their licensing process for all drivers. Mr. Speaker, Budget 2026 will also see the rollout of a prisoner's capacity development program to train, retrain, skill, upskill, and rehabilitate inmates while giving them the opportunity to make an earning and take care of their families even while they are completing their sentence. Mr. Speaker, this is how you put the people first. Mr. Speaker, I commend Budget 2026 to this House. Mr. Speaker, I thank my brother, the senior minister, for putting in the work, and all his officers and all the officers in the ministries who contributed to this budget. I commend the budget to the people of Guyana and to this House for full endorsement. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.